Hi everyone, thanks for watching this Ed puzzle. So in it, I'm going to talk a little bit about the plan for the rest of the week, and then also talk about a little bit of math of exponents for what you need to do and review before I come back. So I'm still out Monday through Wednesday of this week. As I'm sure you read on Google Classroom, I have COVID. Filming this over the weekend though, and I am coming towards the end of it, so I'm feeling much better now. So I should definitely be back on Thursday, which will be at that point I definitely won't be contagious. So I'll be back on Thursday. I have some assignments for you to do the next 3 days, of course, though before then. For this work this week, I do want you to get an accountability paper. I do want you to get an accountability paper for this week and fill out what you're doing each day, and everything you do this week. I will put in a grade at next weekend at the end of it. So for today, Monday, you want to watch this Ed puzzle video, complete the exponents task cards, which I'll pull up later in the video, and do a little bit of iReady. And then there'll be assignment for Tuesday, for Wednesday, with iReady and PSSA prep questions to do if you finish the assignments early. I don't think any of the assignments will take you too long if you're focused. On Google Classroom, if you didn't see yet, last week I posted all these PSSA review problems. We are 5 weeks away from PSSA time. Very exciting. So I do want us to start reviewing some of the things we did really early in the year, like transformations, translations, reflections, rotations, dilations, solving equations, and systems of equations and functions, which we've been doing more recently. So if you finish iReady, you should start working on some of that PSSA review if the other assignments are done. So those are always there as an option. All right. Quickly, thinking about last week, I want to make sure you know that grades are ending. I imagine your teachers have been telling you that. Quarter 3 officially ends on Wednesday, so I have to get everything finalized on Wednesday. I plan on putting everything into the gradebook tonight, Monday, March 21st, before I go to bed, and posting your grades. So nothing you're doing this week is going to be on your quarter 3 grade. Everything you did last week was. So your quarter 3 grade ended on Friday. This stuff will be the first grades of quarter 4. Going along with that, only 33 of you completed and passed the volumes of cones and cylinders iReady lesson that I posted instead of the quiz that I would have given you on that, which was your final test grade of quarter 3. Thank you for all of those of you who did do that. If you didn't, I really hope we start to make better choices, realizing in your adult lives, right, to have success, you need to do something even when someone like me is not standing over your shoulder making you do it. So good for you, those of you that did it. Otherwise, you have a F for your last grade and test grade of the quarter if you have not already seen that. Again, I'm going to post grades before I go to bed tonight, so if you have any questions, concerns, missing assignments that you complete today, and you want to reach out and email me about that, you could do that today. Email is on the website and lots of places. csteliotis@philsd.org. Okay, so those are the announcements. Real quick, just into the math. What we're doing this week before I come and when I'm back is we're looking at exponents. In 6th grade, you had your first exposure to exponents. You had something like 7 to the 2nd power, or 7 squared, like we talked about the past couple weeks. So we've been doing it as we've been doing these volume problems, but this is something we want to come in knowing, because what we're doing the next 2 weeks is we're talking about properties of exponents, what happens when you multiply, divide exponents, take exponents to exponents, negative, zero exponents. These are all like new 8th grade concepts. Well, before we get to those, we got to review the 6th grade stuff, so that's what we're going to do the next couple days. Some vocabulary that will come up in the assignments you have for today is when you have 7 to the 2nd power, you call the 7 the base, the 2 is the exponent, and then you consider the whole thing, 7 squared, the power. It's kind of confusing because you often say like raised to the 2nd power, or power comes up there, but power in its most technical term is that like entire thing. 7 to the 2nd power is all the power, and the 2 is the exponent. So you have an exponent of 2 and a base of 7. And as we saw the past couple weeks, 7 squared means 7 times 7. That is called the expanded form. When we have 7 to the second power, that is the exponential form. You have an exponent. Then we have the expanded form, 7 times 7. And then the standard form is whatever the value of that expression is. So 7 to the second power means 7 times 7, which means 49. So we'd say the standard form is 49. Another example there is 5 to the fourth power. That's in the exponential form because you have an exponent. That means 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, which has a standard form value of 625. Okay, so that's really what we're going to review today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. In terms of writing out exponents both on your calculator and on the computer, an exponent is like the base is the big number, and then you have a small exponent in the top right-hand corner. So when you're writing it on paper, it's easy to see it's the small number at the top. Make sure you make it clearly smaller. This isn't 72, it's 7 to the power of 2, small 2 up there. But on a computer, you can do that on something like a Word or Google file. There's going to be some problems on here on your exponent task cards where it wants you to write 4 times 4 times 4 using exponents. Okay, so if you want, you can just type that as 4 and then this caret button, 3. That is like when people are typing things out on computers, that's like indicating that it's like going up. So on a Desmos calculator, which is also an option when we're working on Desmos, 4, and then again I can press Shift 6 on a computer, and that's like pressing the caret button, and it's going to get me up there. Or on a Desmos calculator, you can do this AB button, and it will give you that as well. But if you're just typing in Desmos, or really anywhere on a computer, a good way to indicate it is the 4, and then you do Shift 6, which is again that caret symbol, and it should go in this exponent spot. So it won't automatically do that on slides because it's not as smart with math as Desmos, but that would be a fine answer for this question. Or you can use the superscript function on this, so just type super up there, and then it will do that for you as well. So either way, to write that exponential form on a computer or on a calculator, you want to know it is that caret button. So that's what we have right here. It's the same button we were using to make the pi symbol. We wrote like second caret. This won't have the second button, you just do the caret. So again, on a calculator, you should try this out. If you want to type 4 to the third power, you click on 4, you click on the caret, you click on 3, enter, and it should give you the correct answer, which is 64, because that is the same thing as 4 times 4 times 4. Okay, so this is some of the questions you'll see on the activity today. Write an equation using exponents. Here it's asking you to identify the exponent compared to the base of the number, which we just went over. I wanted to show you this problem, 567 using exponents. I think that one is tricky. Here, all of these I think you'll be able to figure out, and then we get to this one. You want to ask yourselves how many times is the number 567 being multiplied here? Like in this case, 8 was being multiplied 5 times, so this is 8 to the 5th power. Here, 567 is just being multiplied 1 time, so this is just 567 to the 1st power. So that's something to know, is that any standard number we see, we can just see it as being raised to the 1st power, to the power of 1, because it only exists 1 time. It's only being multiplied once. And then other things this activity is going to ask you to do, to write the expanded form out. Again, expanded form is when we write the repeated multiplication. that exponents mean, and the standard form is the value of that number. So take that out. You do have a calculator, but you should be able to do it in your head first, trying to multiply the numbers in your head. And then you can move these around to compare which of these is bigger, so you can test those out. Okay, so that's the activity today after this video. Tomorrow there'll be like another puzzly thing, just getting more practice recognizing exponents moving between their different forms. A Desmos activity that will intro what we're going to do on Thursday and Friday once I'm back. Yay! All right, everyone, that's everything. Remember, I'm finalizing grades by the end of the night, so if you have any concerns, anything you need to finish, email me. I need you to email me if you do anything today, so I make sure I change them before I finalize them. Thanks, everyone. Be good. Get your work done. Make yourself proud. Make good choices. I'll see you on Thursday. Miss you all.